Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Free. This is your Ashkin. How to teach kinesthetic learners, tips and strategies. In my previous video, I did talk about different types of learners and preferred learning styles. So the initial one was related to visual learner, those who would love to see and then learn. And the second category was about auditory learners who would love to hear and then learn the material. And the third category is our kinesthetic learner who would like to do it and then learn things. So tactile learners or kinesthetic learners are often the same because they like to do things when they do it, and they learn by doing rather than seeing or reading or writing. They love to do certain things and learn from them. And both of these learners, which I was saying was tactile as well as kinesthetic learners, are very much hands-on. They would learn best by touching, moving, or physically doing something. They like to draw, build, or put something together. It can be of any method. They just learn by trial and error method. They try to make mistakes and then learn from it. And so that is the main characteristics of our kinesthetic learner. So in this video I'm going to talk about different strategies in which you can teach if your child is a kinesthetic learner. Also, it is always better to use a mixed combination of other learning strategies, but make sure that you include more of your preferred learning style of your kid into the teaching program, so that the learning experience would become a most enjoyable and less stressful thing for a child. Okay, let's go on. First one is drawing diagrams or tracing. Kinesthetic learners, as I said, they retain more information if they are being incorporated in any kind of movements or building or stories or visual, because for them learning would be exciting, and when it has been involved with the movement, and they like to keep them engaged and learn more things, and they would like to include some kind of physical activities rather than focusing just on reading or writing. So how do you do it? So you can actually encourage a child to draw some diagrams, or you can ask them to trace few letters when they read or write things. Okay, and you can also find a space for your child where you can get a blackboard or a whiteboard and handy where you can get a whiteboard or a blackboard, and a child can sit and draw certain things, can write those words when they read, when they go through the materials, drawing diagrams, graphs. All that would be the best strategies to teach them. And the next one is reenact. So whenever they enact certain concepts or certain scenes from the stories that they read or something related to history or literature, they tend to retain those information much better. And you can also have them to create or build some timelines of events that has been discussed in the history concept. Okay, and let them express their creativity in any kind of art form or any kind of drama. And also role playing, where they take up roles, instead considering they as so and so and the other person as so and so, and then playing out and exhibiting their characteristics would help them to learn things much better in nature. And then math manipulator. So from the smaller level to the higher level, when you teach the concept of math, it is always better to include certain kind of math manipulators into the subject of study. For small kids, when you count the objects, you can just give them objects in hands to count, so they can just put the pebbles from one bowl to another bowl, or you can give some blocks or coins which will help them to learn the math concepts with ease. Also, when it's being grown up, when you have this geometrical figures and all that, it would be nice if you can get the math manipulators on them, so that they can feel how the shape would look like, how is the angle, right angle has been formed. So all that kind of interaction with physical object and solving puzzles would help enhance their attention as well as their learning experience. And then experiments. Yes, performing science experiments. When you talk about visual learners, they would like to visualize or see the experiment. And when you talk about like auditory learners, they would like to hear how the experiment would happen. But here kinesthetic learner would need an opportunity to do that and learn. So if there is a experiment of what would I say, if it's something related to evaporation, they would like to see it, they would like to practice it, and they would like to see how a breathing organ would function. So if there is a balloon, hot air balloon, and that's how it is going to be, and how is all these concepts, they would like to really experience and try to do that and then learn it. And then flashcards, yes, using flashcard is one such boon for kinesthetic learners, because writing down a piece of information, and you can use these cards flip up and down, and that would help them to physically engage when they read certain concept. And then creating worksheets or quiz, yes, so kinesthetic learners are usually good at multitasking, and if your child likes to go for a walk or something, always have an option for them to listen to some kind of educational broadcast or audio book or audio materials that is available related to topic. Other than that, they can also act as a teacher. Okay, so where you can ask them to read out certain topic and find out certain quiz or some kind of questions from that topic. So they have an opportunity to read through the material and create a worksheet or a quiz for themselves, and this would help them to recall the information when you ask them some questions. And then trips and games. So when I talk about trips, yes, field trips, which has been incorporated in many of the educational institutions, but yeah, the frequency is much lesser. But kinesthetic learners would very much like to participate in educational or field trips, and they would love to participate in games, similar kind of whichever is involving more kind of physical activities, because they learn materials when they observe, when they go to trip, they touch some balance, they see how the things are happening, and all that is other strategies to teach our kinesthetic learners. And then physical exercises, yes, using physical exercises and providing a hands-on experiences are other best strategies to teach kinesthetic learners. So you can actually give them any kind of exercises like standing, walking, any kind of hands up, down, and all that. So even you can use a pen and paper for them to jot down whatever the concept that comes to their mind, or any kind of problem solving. Actually, writing is also a physical exercise when they involve movement has been involved. Okay, so any kind of physical exercise when they read through the material or when they listen to material is also another strategy. And then peer tutoring, so asking teachers asking other student of the class, so just pairing up with the peer buddy concept, right? So you pair with the other class member and you can actually teach that particular child. So the child has been given a responsibility of teaching a fellow classmate. So they try to learn that concept, they try to put those ideas together, they find out a creative way to come up with the concept and then teach. Okay, here they would actually get a better opportunity to go through the material. So these are the various strategies with which you can teach your kinesthetic learners. So these are the preferred ones. Definitely you can use the other strategies from visual and auditory learners to combine and give a complete package for your child teaching program. Okay, so thank you for watching this channel. Stay tuned.